It's 5 and 5, where we do 5 topics in 5 minutes in one take. My name is Serena Cheatley.
And I'm Josh Hamilton. So today's first story is actually a sad one. Amy Winehouse died at age 27. We don't really know anything yet. I know everyone wants to speculate drugs and blah, blah, blah. But autopsy is due Sunday or Monday. So we'll find out then.
I don't think it's going to be a shocker.
No, which is not.
You never know.
But if it is drugs, I feel bad for the human being that died, like as a human being.
Yeah.
But in terms of like someone who's just crazy into drugs and all that stuff, it's kind of like, well, you do that. And
that's what happens.
That's what happens.
And it's just, it's a little sad that she couldn't help herself, you know, after all those years. Well, our second story is getting around in rental cars that are actually rented from a person instead of a company. The company
that's kind of doing it now, this website, it's like Get Around, that's what it's called, and you can set up your own kind of
rental agreement
with the person, and you can rent by the hour. That's the main difference between.
Yeah. They have this in London and Canada, and now they're doing it in the United States, which is...
and they're doing it in California.
Yeah.
Would you let someone rent your car?
Yeah, I mean, they have certain agreements now with insurance agencies that are actually allowing that if something was to happen to your car while it was rented out, it's still going to be covered. So I guess if you're not using it, but how many people have a car that they're not using?
We've gone days without using the car, so if somebody wants to rent it for...
it wasn't by choice, it was just like... Yeah. But we didn't know in advance, hey, we're not using our car.
Yeah, but if someone wants to pay me $50 to use a car for a day, I'm more than happy to do it.
Yeah, that's true. So, or a few hours at least. It's pretty cool.
Back in our home state of Pennsylvania, the city of Monroeville had this new restaurant, it's a casual dining restaurant, is banning children under 6. And I guess more restaurants are thinking about doing it.
This is really starting to hit the news.
Be a trend. I kind of agree. I think it depends on the restaurant. If it's like a restaurant, if it's like a TGI Fridays, I'm trying to think of stuff that's like national, things like that. Then there's no age limit. But if it's like a casual dining, like really, it's the only kind of one of its kind.
It's hard to differentiate because like there's so many people out there now that are like older couples that don't have kids, that aren't interested in kids, and it's getting to that point where it's either you're like, I don't know, a lot of couples aren't having kids, so when they see kids out and they're kind of out on a date night and the kids are ruining their date night by screaming, and it's just, it really depends on, it just depends on the parents. If the parents are willing to, you know, like sit the kid, like make the kid listen to them, then okay, but...
I think it's more of a parent's fault. Parents need to be better with the kids at the restaurant, but I'm not completely against the whole banning kids.
Yeah,
At some restaurants, very nice restaurants, I don't think kids belong. Very upscale restaurants.
But. Yeah, it should be up to the parents though to decide where they take their kids. Okay, well, our fourth story for today is the Borders beginning their closeouts.
Starting their liquidation sales.
Yeah. Which aren't going to be done. All their stores are going to fully close until September. So if you want to wait for the amazing deals, I would say wait till the end of August.
Yeah. Speaking from somebody, I worked at Circuit City, and when they closed, it took a few months before like the whole liquidation sales actually became worth it. So right now things are like 10% off. It's not even worth going there.
It's the same thing like when Blockbuster does their closeouts. But I mean, if you're going there to get something, at least at a certain percent off, like something that might be flying off the shelf, I'd go now, but I'd say wait a little.
Wait a little and just see what kind of random books you get.
See how desperate they get.
The new trend sweeping the internet for our last story is move over planking. It is owling. And for those of you who don't know what owling is, I will throw up a picture right here of myself doing a little owling in the kitchen.
It looks like they're pooping on stuff.
It does look
That's what it looks like.
They're taking a dump.
It just looks like people are sitting on random things and pooping with their pants on.
But there's more, I mean, it's because of the whole planking reaching a whole new internet phenomenon, and it just sparked off a bunch of, so there's owling, there's this new one called leisure diving.
That one's hysterical.
Where you like dive into a pool, but you look like you just don't care, like you kind of dive and you're like...
You're like the guy's reading a book and he's diving into the pool.
Yeah, so you can search all those, leisurely diving and owling. Okay. Good stuff.
Well, anyways, thanks for watching 5 and 5. Please subscribe.
And like.